What is up, James River Kids Online? We are so excited that you guys are here. If it's your first time here, you can hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all the things happening on James River Kids Online. You're going to love today's service. We're going to be worshiping God, hearing from God's Word, and we're going to make monster cookies with the shower. And I'm going to be throwing this pie in Michael's face at the end of the video. Yes, you're gonna, what? Oh kids, this is gonna be fun.
Hey guys, my name's Michaela and I'm super excited to teach you today's big idea. Here we go. I will worship God because God made me. Let's go, all together. Ready? Everybody stand up on your feet, jump really high. I will worship God because God made me. Wow, that's such a good big idea. Let's do the first one like we're on a jackhammer. All right, get ready. So start jumping really, really fast. I will worship God because God made me. Good job, guys. That one was so much fun. We're going to do it one more time, but we're going to act like we're painting a picture. Are you ready? Grab your paintbrush. I've got my jar right here. I like this one, and it's blue. Here we go. I will worship God because God made me. All right, now show me your pictures. They look so good. Great job on that big idea, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Great job practicing a big idea, kids. And we're getting close to that pie in the face time, but not too close because right now it's time to worship. So stand up on your feet, kids. Here we go.
I got nothing left to lose, 'cause I know you are for me. I can feel it breaking loose, your spirit inside of me, spirit inside of me. I got nothing left to lose, 'cause I know you are for me. I can feel it breaking loose, your spirit inside of me, spirit inside of me. Set us on fire.
ton of fun. I hope you're hungry because right now we're gonna make monster cookies with the Shout.
Shout, I'm so glad we're friends now. We're gonna learn all sorts of new things. Today we're learning about how God made me, and we're gonna make something together. What do you think we should make? That's a great idea. Let's make monster cookies. First, we do a stick of butter. There we go. We need some peanut butter. Oh, get all that. Oh, it's a lot. In there. Then we do some sugar. Love sugar. Dump that in. And then we do some brown sugar. It's just the mixer. You don't need to be afraid. No, it's okay. I'm gonna start it up again, okay? Okay. Oh, no, stop yelling. We're trying to make our monster cookies. And now we're gonna add on everything else. Our last ingredient is a whole cup of M&Ms. Oh, that looks so good. Look at all of that chocolate. Shout! Our cookies are all done, and I think that we should share them with our friends.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try some when I get home.
My quad, you know what would go good with that?
What's that?
A pie in the face.
Kids, the Bible is.
Hey kids, I'm so excited because right now we're gonna jump into God's Word. The Bible is God's Word and it speaks to our hearts, and right now we're looking at a verse in Psalm 100 that is all about shouting. That's right, we're learning to shout and to worship God with all of our heart, and I'm so excited about it. So take a look in Psalm 100. It talks from the very beginning about just bursting with joy. Now, I want to remind you, who wrote Psalm? Do you know? If you guessed David, you're right. David, who killed a giant named Goliath, who was a shepherd, he wrote almost all of the Psalms in the Bible, which are really just songs. I love songs. I love singing songs. I like hearing new songs, and especially when it talks about worshiping God. So in verse 1 and 2, David is talking all about shouting and bursting with joy and gladness and worship for God. But then he starts talking about sheep and a pasture in verse 3. But that's where we get our big idea that says, I will worship God because he made me. Listen to it. It says, know that the Lord is God. We are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. And I began to think, what was David thinking about when he wrote this song? And I had an idea. I thought it would be so much fun to interview a songwriter. Would you guys like to meet a songwriter? She's a great friend of mine. She's a kids pastor. She loves Mickey Mouse, and she's getting married. Do you know who it is? Let's give it up. Come on, put our hands together for Pastor Maddie.
Hey, Pastor Clint.
Hey, Pastor Maddie, how are you doing?
Great, how are you?
Now, kids, are you confused because I said I had a friend that's a songwriter? did you know that Pastor Maddie also writes songs?
I do.
Let's see, how many songs have you written?
Probably at least 100.
Wow, like that's amazing. And kids, you might not know that you've actually probably sang a couple of the songs that you've written because you've written lots of our camp songs.
Yeah.
What's some of the
Woohoo,
camp songs
kids camp.
that you wrote?
I wrote a song called Victory Go, which is our kids camp song for space camp.
I love that song. This is it right here.
Oh, hey, 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 we're gonna fly to outer space, you and me, we're gonna have the victory, we're gonna have the victory, go!
I love that song. It's actually on my running playlist. I listen to it when I'm running sometimes. What's another camp song that you wrote?
So I wrote the cowboy camp song.
Ooh, do we have a clip of when you sang it for the very first time?
I think we do.
I think we do. Check this out.
'Cause in the wild, wild west, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna follow Jesus at his word and do good deeds, and love will spur each other on. To hear the rest, you'll have to sing along.
I love that, and I love that video. That's been a little bit.
That's been a little bit.
Yeah, and so she was helping us get all ready for cowboy camp, which is so good. But you've wrote lots of other songs too.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question.
Okay.
When you're writing a song, where do you get your ideas?
It can literally be from anything. So sometimes I'm just driving and like the sunset is beautiful and the air is all crisp and it just makes me want to write a song. One time I was driving and I like looked up at the sky and there's thousands of stars and I just wrote a song about the stars that God made. And sometimes it's from people and their stories. It kind of can come from anywhere.
Wow, that's so fun. And you said like a lot of times you're just looking around. So if David wrote a song, because we're learning about Psalm 100, if he wrote a song and he said, hey, it's like sheep of his pasture, what do you think he might have been looking at the time?
My guess would be sheep in a pasture.
That's right, because he was a shepherd. And so my guess when I'm thinking about why did David put this is he's looking at his sheep and he's thinking about how he has to take care of them. And who takes care of us?
God takes care of us.
Yeah, God takes care of us. And so I just think that David was sitting out there taking care of his sheep, looking around at all the sheep, and he thought, you know what? Just like I am taking care of these sheep and they belong to me, I belong to God.
Yeah.
I'm one of God's kids and he takes care of me.
That's powerful.
That is so good. All right, one more question.
Okay.
Do you have any new songs that you're working on?
I do have a couple new songs I'm working on.
Could we hear one?
No, because they're a surprise, so you have to wait till the summer.
Oh, this summer.
Yeah,
Okay,
this summer.
all right. Coming this summer, a new song by Pastor Maddie.
Can't wait.
I can't wait. So good. Bye, Pastor Maddie.
See ya.
Kids, that was so much fun having Pastor Maddie on and talking about writing songs. I love that. And it gives us an idea about what David might have been doing when he wrote the song about the sheep and the pasture and reminding himself that he was just so thankful that God had made him. And that reminds me of one other verse, Psalm 139, verses 13 and 14, that says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And then he says, thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Kids, you need to know this, that we worship God. We want to burst with joy and shouting to God, but then we also remember, why are we worshiping God? And one of the reasons that we worship God is because he has made us. Kids, you were created by God. You are God's perfect masterpiece. He put you together. And that means that you are amazing because God only makes amazing things. Kids, you're amazing. We say all the time, you're world changers. You are, and you're a world changer because that's the way God made you. We love you. You're so awesome. See you next time. Okay, kids, we've waited long enough. It is pie time.
Wait a second. All right, kids, you gotta help me out here. Before I get pied in the face, we're all gonna make sure we like this video on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ding!
All right. Pie time.
No, wait. All right, now we gotta make sure we subscribe as well. On 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ding!
All right, we've liked the video and we've subscribed to James River Kids Online. Now it's time for the pie. Here we go, kids. Count down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Thanks for tuning in, kids. We'll see you later. Bye.